Hello and welcome back. We are trying to get away from eating so many chocolate chip cookies and muffins and so forth because during quarantine here, or I should say isolation, we have eaten more than our fair share of homemade bread, biscuits, and buns. And so we thought we would try some different snacks to help us in the evenings particularly. So one of the quick ones that could be a great time saver is pickled eggs. It's something that you can just keep in the refrigerator, take out an egg, maybe that'll satisfy your craving for eggs. And I just wanted today share with you the Instant Pot. My husband and I bought this Instant Pot a couple of years ago on a trip to visit Kyle and Jen and Tara living in Kelowna. And I think it might have been Easter 2 years ago that we bought it. And we've used it a ton since and we love it. It makes a lot of the jobs that we are doing as we both work full-time, it's really helped us out a great deal. So this is a pressure cooker, not a pressure canner. And this is the small version. I'm not quite sure how much it holds, but not very much for sure. It works out that if I make a soup in this pot and I fill it to the PC max, then it will work for us for a large lunch or a satisfying dinner along with a biscuit or crackers or whatever that you have with yours. And it will leave enough left over for either Gino or I to take some the next day for our lunch. And probably we could divide that in half and each have some lunch with a little something extra with it as well. So this pressure pot has lots of things that it can do, lots of magic, including soups and broth and meat and stew and beans and chili, rice, porridge. It can work as a steamer, it makes yogurt, and all of those things. We only use a couple of those settings because most of the stuff we do is pressure canning. So today I'm going to share with you how we do a week's worth of boiled eggs all at one time. So we start off with 1 cup of water in the bottom of the canner because you need that to pressurize the canner. And then I'm going to put in here, I'm going to guess I'm probably going to put in here a dozen eggs because I think I can get around 10 in my jar. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And it never hurts to have a couple around just to eat. So there's a dozen in the pressure canner, and I just need to put the lid on. Make sure that the pressure valve is the back of the pot is switched to sealing, not venting. And then here at the front of the pot, we're going to go to pressure cook. Make sure we're on high pressure. And if we weren't, we would just use these arrows to change we would use this button to pressure level to change the level. I need to cancel that because that's not where I wanted it to be while I was busy talking. So we would go pressure cook and we would bring this down to 6 minutes. Oops, I'm having trouble seeing it from my angle, but I wanted you to be able to see it. So at the 6-minute mark, now we're going to hear it beep to let us know that it understands our instructions. And now it will start to heat up the pot. And once the pot reaches pressure, the little valve here at the back will pop up. Then it will pressurize the pot and it will start the countdown. At that point, it will time off 6 minutes. One of the things we love about cooking eggs in the pressure pot rather than just cook, some people say, why wouldn't you just cook them on the top of the stove? Well, there's something about cooking them in the pressure pot that makes the shells come off a lot easier. So you don't have to go and watch the pot and make sure it's not boiling over on the stove. or that you might boil it dry. When this process is over, the machine just goes into the keep warm mode, and your kitchen, you're not in any danger in your kitchen of anything going bad. So I will be back when this is done and show you the rest of the steps. Well, hello, I'm back again. My eggs are finished here in the pot. So you can see they've been in the pot for a little while I was working on something else. So I'm going to cancel this now. The pressure button has dropped, so I know that it's safe to open the lid. It's automatic, it wouldn't let you in there without it being down anyway, but just so that you feel a little safer with the pot, then I'm going to open the pot away from me so that the steam doesn't get in my face. And I'm going to set aside the lid, and I'm going to reach for something to help me take the basket out, the little pot that has all the eggs in it. And I'm going to drop them all into a bowl of cold water. Woo! I should have started that process with something else to protect my hands. So now I have a spoon in my hand. And I'll get them all over here into the cold water, just because the shock will help them release their shell. And here's one guy that didn't make it through the process, but I'm going to put him in there anyway because he'll still be good to eat. So I'll put this back into the Instant Pot, and I'm going to set this aside so that it's not in our way anymore. You might still see it, but it's not in our cooking range. So before I carry on with the peeling of the eggs, I'm going to start on the pickling mixture for this. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of white vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, so this one is 1 to 1. I'm going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of some sort of a pickling salt or a coarse salt. I'm just using a regular teaspoon for this one. I'll measure off to the side, Colleen. There we go. That's probably about right. And I'm going to put in 1 bay leaf. I'm also going to add about 1.5 teaspoons, maybe not, maybe 1 teaspoon of dill. Now the dill is totally optional. You can leave the dill out of it completely. And I'm going to add, I guess, around 1, 2, maybe 3 teaspoons of sugar. Now you don't have to add any sugar to it as well, and it's just a matter of preference. So just giving this a good stir, and I'm going to put this over on the stove, and I will be back shortly with the peeled eggs. Well, here we are back with our hard-boiled eggs. They're still warm, but they're definitely well cooked. And we're just going to start layering them in the jar. It's as simple as this. We're going to put some garlic in the bottom, and it never hurts to have a little bit of onion in there. Then we're going to pack them. It takes about 3 of them to a row. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, 3 more eggs that are yet to be pickled, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. Pack, pack, pack. The last of the onion, the last of the garlic, the last of the eggs. I wouldn't want to put any more in there. And now I'm reaching for the mix that we put on the stove earlier. And we're just going to cover them. And I'm going to add the bay leaf right into the jar. Now, let's poke that down in there. Yep, definitely tastes good. Now I'm just going to maybe push that egg around a little more until I get them down under the rim. I'm quite satisfied with that. I'm going to screw the top on and set this over onto the counter until it cools, and once it's cooled we will keep it in the refrigerator. The trick to the pickled eggs is to definitely wait a couple of weeks before you start to eat them, because it takes a couple of weeks to pickle them really well. You could certainly eat them after a week, but even after a month maybe, that's when they're probably at their best. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and that if you have, if it's been some sort of a blessing to you, maybe you could share it with your friends or people that you think might be interested in doing a little bit of pickling in a really quick manner, and have a little something in their refrigerator for snacks for the evening as well. So join us again next time. Until then, take care and be safe.